Yo. Yo. Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, my people. Hope you're feeling well out there. Today is how I clean the Venty. Yeah, I've been asked a few times for this one, so let's do it. Let's get these cooling units nice and shiny again. And as you can see, I'm down to my last one, so this does need doing today. Yeah. So what you're going to need for this one is a bowl to clean it in, some isopropyl alcohol, the orange tool that comes with the Venty, some kind of angled scraper. This is like a dental implement that I got off Tim Watley, but anything like that will do. I also use an old butter knife for opening and closing the release clip on top of the cooling unit. And then I use a very hard smoker's toothbrush because that will help you to get the debris from inside. So yeah, first of all, we'll start by stripping it down, and the first thing to do is to remove the mouthpiece off the top with a ring pull type action. Then I use the butter knife to open the orange locking nut, and it's open when the slot lines up with the ridges in the design, just like a valve lever. Now, a lot of people struggle to remove the cooling unit lid, but if it's on the Venty body, you can gently tease it off by rocking it side to side as you pull. And then once it's off, you need to remove the heat-proof rubber seal ring, and you may notice it is coloured blue. Interesting. And there's a small indent in one of the long sides where the orange tool fits to deseat the ring, but if you lost the tool, any thin pick will work. And then I use the orange tool to remove the gauze as well. And as you can see, it's lovely, covered in globs of Venty honey. Now, I'll get the rest of my cooling units stripped. And this is a tricky job if you've got a visual impairment or dexterity issues like I do, but it's something that you can do once a week. And if you've got anyone who helps you with these tasks, just put the kettle on for them. Yeah. And you can also check my links in the description if you need any Venty bits. And the Venty itself has two 18650 batteries in there, and they're not accessible. If you're au fait with vaping, then you might know what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I just keep repeating the process over and over to strip down these units. Pretty simple once you get the flow of it, although it is quite tricky at first. Okay, now the next job is to remove all the gauzes. Now there is a screen that I'm popping out, and to pop that out I actually use a clipper flint stick or a pokey tool, whatever you want to call it, and I just keep that with my cleaning stuff. And if you look up the chimney, you'll see how clogged up it really gets. I mean, even using dosing caps, it gets proper sticky, and yeah, that buildup, it stops the vaporiser from working properly, and it reduces efficiency, I mean, more than you could imagine, really. Now, I like to swap the unit out every 2 days of regular use, and that just helps to keep it clean and effective. Now, once the screens are out, as you can see, I start scraping the thick resin from inside the chimney using the angled scraper that I mentioned before, and I'm careful to get the right angle to not scratch the device. And then I go in through the side as well and take any debris out there, as you can see. And I also take any debris from the inside of the cooling unit cap. I actually save the ball of resin just in case we ever have a rainy day in Wakefield, because you never know. Yeah, and once you've scraped all that off, guys, go and get your rubber gloves, because it's time for the isopropyl alcohol. Yeah. Now, I just use a little splash of this stuff because it is strong and it does work. So I just put a little splash in each piece, and then you can see that I just work it around to make sure that everything gets covered with the alcohol. And I always do this in a well ventilated area or outside if possible. And guys, do not smoke while using this alcohol. And in fact, we don't promote smoking on this channel, so feel free to hit me up via the Meducated UK website or the WhatsApp link on there if you need any support cutting down your combustion. Yeah. And you can see I'm using the hard smoker's toothbrush there. And I can't stress enough how hard the bristles on this thing are. It works really well for the job. A standard toothbrush would not get the resin off. So what I'll do is I'll probably link the exact ones on the gear page as well. And as you can see, I systematically work through each piece and I use a glass bowl. And guys, a little tip for anyone with a visual impairment. I place a white towel beneath the glass bowl, and that it just gives me plenty of contrast to see where everything is. Alright, so something else that might be useful here would be a Q-tip, but I just could not find them today. So I'm just using what I've got. And a shout out to S&B, because I've spoken to the guys over at S&B a couple of times and they're a lovely bunch over in Germany. And this is one of those incredible pieces of German engineering. Super quick heat up, easy to use, brilliant build quality. Yeah, I do feel a bit like Dom Jolly in the library when I bust it out in the middle of Wakefield, but that's just how it is. I've even had security stop me with it because, yeah, I mean, it looks serious, right? Shout out to Trinity Centre. So once all that's done, you just rinse it thoroughly, and you can use something else to degrease it, like a little bit of washing up liquid or lemon juice, just to get rid of any alcohol that's left on the inside there. Yeah, and just dry it with an old tea towel, and then you just need to reassemble everything. And as you can see, I've used the toothbrush to clean everything, including the screens, but I'm going to replace the gauzes with some nice fresh ones. And after 25 years of smoking, it's wonderful to have a device that helps to break the habit. Yeah, so big love to everybody watching this. I mean, you guys are the reason that this channel exists. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below. Share this with someone who you think might need it. And as you can see there, I keep everything on the white background so I can see where it all is. It's too easy, this game, guys. I did nearly put the orange nut at the wrong side, but yo, so once everything's back in place, you're good to go. So what's next, guys? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Have I missed anything? Have you guys got any other tips on how to clean the Venty? And once again, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Much love.